I had a friend tell me once that the reason she never wanted to learn family history is that her mom would spend hours every day finding her ancestors and working on the past, which gave her little time to focus on the present. She felt neglected to some degree. Whether that's 100% truth or her perspective as a child, there is a great lesson to understand. Family history should always be about uniting the present and the past. Becoming unbalanced in that endeavor can cause family discord and resentment. So how can you bring the whole family together to have a positive experience in learning and finding your ancestors? My name is Malia Rioslazo from Family Story Life, and I want to share with you 3 tips that I have used in my own family. Tip number 1, cemetery hopping. You heard me right. While living in Pennsylvania, our family loved to go cemetery hopping on Sundays. We would all jump in the car and go to any of the hundreds of cemeteries within a very short distance from our home. That is one of the greatest advantages of living on the East Coast. Old churches, which means a whole lot of old cemeteries. We have a simple cemetery scavenger hunt that you can print out and share with your kids. They can play bingo with it and win a simple prize like their favorite treat. Here are a few examples of items to find in a cemetery that are on our bingo cards. Find someone with the name Married. Find a married couple. Find siblings. Find 2 people that share the same name, first or last name. Look for somebody with the last name Smith. Find somebody with a birthday in the 1920s or a death date in the 1950s. Someone that has a wooden cross on their tombstone, or someone that was the oldest to die in that cemetery or the youngest. There are so many fun ideas that will make the cemetery hopping a grand adventure. For those of you that have older kids, turn it into a photo scavenger hunt, where they have the same list, but instead they take pictures of the tombstones when they find the answer. This will quickly become a favorite tradition in your family as well. Tip number 2, saving souls is sweet. 1 batch at a time. We participated in a worldwide indexing event years ago, and we threw a chocolate fountain party. It was a lot of fun. We sent invites to friends, prepared a chocolate bar spread, and gathered around the table to index records, 1 batch at a time. We would shout out when we finished the batch and cheer for each other. You can keep score and take a picture after you are done with the number of records that you were able to index. You can also create a family goal to index a certain amount altogether. That reminds you of a time when a large group of families combined to beat one of the top indexers in the world. She happened to be the great-grandmother of one of our friends. Even with all of us working on indexing, she still beat us by a landslide. It was fun to see our numbers side by side as they increased each week, and sad to see how far behind we eventually became. Healthy competition can be a whole lot of fun. Tip number 3, family history binders for kids. With the attention span of kids at an all-time low, and let's be honest adults, even us sometimes, it is even more critical that you adjust the way you talk about, share, and participate in family history with young children. Family Story Life helps create compelling stories that your children will want to watch over and over again. Face it, they are already probably spending way too much time on their screens, so why not meet them where they are at and create unique videos of their ancestors for them to consume? Your children can help you storyboard your ancestor stories by using our free printables. If you love family history and want to engage your children and spark that same love within them, you have to be strategic and get creative. I can visually see a family close together, sitting under a tree, sharing stories of their ancestors under the shade of the leaves and branches. I like to think of those branches and leaves as my family, who are smiling down as we gather and share and learn to love who we are, where we came from, with a hope of a bright, happy future as one. With a few tips and tricks, our hope is that it will ignite the fire and love of family. Don't forget to stop by our booth and pick up your free printables for the family history binder. Also, go to FamilyStoryLife.com for printables to help you throw your own indexing party and have a fun cemetery hopping experience.